Greetings, people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence and welcome to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics. Right? Today we're gonna be talking about Nyaya Dzemari, right? The truth that the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is not telling you. The truth that the RBZ is not telling you. Remember, guys, I promised you this video. Now it's a 1:45 a.m. in Zimbabwe, right? But in that area, since I promised these guys a video, I'm gonna be giving them the video. I'm broadcasting straight from Zimbabwe. Yeah, man. Exposed the truth that RBZ is not telling you and how to safely send money home, right? How to safely send money home, because nyaya dzevanhu vari kutumira mari kuZimbabwe vavatumira vachona vachizoskuona moto vari kunoku dziri kuwandisa, right? So we're gonna be exposing all that, right, and putting it to an end, right? So I'm not gonna wait for a live audience because so some of you guys are gonna see this video in the morning, right? Anyway, thank you everybody. Now let's get on with it without wasting any time. Alright guys, we're gonna talk about cash shortages. What causes cash shortages? Cash shortages in Zimbabwe. What causes cash shortages? Right? For us to be able to answer that question, we need to answer this question first. Is it that there is no cash in Zimbabwe, or there is no money? Cash and money are two different things, right? Remember guys, the definition of money, the assets, property and resources owned by someone or something, that is wealth. The assets, property or resources, that's money. Mari ufumi. Wealth. Then currency. The definition of a currency. Definition number one is a system of money in general use in a particular country, or the fact of quality being generally accepted or in use. Currency is a method of payments, right? Paper is a currency. Macoin is a currency. Bank card, credit card, debit card is a currency. Fuel coupons is a currency. Currency ne mari zvinhu zvakasiyana. Andika mari receipt chete. It's a bond. It's just a bond. It is not money, right? We need to answer that question first for us to know what my cash shortages are konzerwa nechi mu Zimbabwe. Most of these guys, they tell us with externalization, right? We're gonna be talking about that, right? Externalization yatinofunga inini newe, right? Neiri kufungiwa nevakomana vazhinji veku RBZ kuti ndori konzeresa cash shortages is not iri kukonzeresa cash shortage. Let me give you an example, guys. Let's say you have $200 in a bank, une $200 mu bank, right? Wanobenga $200 mu bank. Iwewe ukazono withdraw $100 iyo iweitora wobuda naye paboda unoisiya kujonza kana wherever kwaisiya, kana kuti ukatora $100 from the $200 iri mubank ukaitora iyoyo mari iyoyo obva waipisa, right? That does not cause cash shortages. Why am I saying that does not cause cash shortages? Because iyo hapana ba uchafa wakaenda kubank uchinyorequesta mari yako usina kusiya kubank. It clearly shows good externalization doesn't cause cash shortages, but it's just manje vanhu vati meditate deep, and I think these guys will be saying vanhu vamatsaga vakapusa, right? Or the RBZ is not even aware, right? We want to talk about civil servants. Ndofunga munombonzwa guys chinzi hurumende haina mari yekupa civil servants. Hurumende haina mari yekupa civil servants. What does that mean kana chinzi hurumende haina mari yekupa civil servants? Kasaka kana hurumende yashaya mari yekupa civil servants inoita sei, right? That's where Treasury Bills come into play. Treasury bill. What is a Treasury bill? It's a short-term debt, right? It's a short-term debt. It's a future liability, usually less than 2 years. They issue Treasury bills kuti vanhu vaone mari, because hakuna vanhu vakawanda vari employed enough to raise a tax inokwana kutambirisa civil servants, right? Because tax yekutekisa civil servants haingakwane kutambirisa civil servants, right? That's where Treasury bills come into play. Treasury bills are debt-based money. Treasury bills created by the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is not the US dollar. The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe cannot create the the US dollar because it is not the American Reserve Bank, right? So when they're creating these treasury bills, otumirwa via RTGS, they are creating Zim dollar. Remember that the currency is the method of payment, right? So this RTGS is Zim dollar. Totambirisa massive savings. Then tinova taendera mberi tobva tapa mabank mvumo yekupa massive savings loan. Loan is money created out of thin air. Loan, that money doesn't exist. Loan is a future liability, right? Kana ndichipa teacher loan, ndirikumpa mari yake yaachagadzira in the next 4 years. Yaasati agadzira isati yapo, but this teacher goes and buys real assets nemari iyi. Ari kunotenga produce yarimwa na farmer akashandisa real fertilizer, real seeds. What happens now when this farmer now needs to buy the fertilizer or the seeds, right? There shouldn't be a problem. Can I take my seeds in fertilizer because the money is centered around RBZ, right? We could do my RTGS, we could do my transaction, then our industry yoramba yakadaro without the need of forex. Fine, my treasury bills anenga chishande papo. But the few incidences and the few issues now when the farmer then needs to redeem Maria Poor through Maria Vakusivu 70 isati yaku exista debt obligation aisati yamitwa anita say tapinda mu cash shortage, right? Malone aya vanhu vakatanga kupuwa malone vamwe vaitenga mota ma-ex-jap outside, right? Reduce ma-settlements edu isusu ema-nostro accounts. Nostro account zvinongoreva kuti bengi riri kune imwe nyika rinochengeterwa mari yeimwe nyika. The reason why achiexista is to make ma-settlements between ma-exports nema-imports, right? If we import more than we export, our nostro accounts don't settle foreign currency deficit, right? So pakutanga tatichiri matsaga, we were giving people my treasury bills, we were giving people my loan, then we allow people to use those loans kutenga motkari into Zimbabwe and other things. Nemari sipo, right? Forex externalization, that's how forex externalization does not cause cash shortages, but only forex shortages. And is it externalization aitumbo konzeri mari dzedza zinonzi 10 million yanga ina chombo nangudai chombo akapisa 10 million iyoyo aikonzerese cash shortage because ndeyake kana kuti munhu kana kuri kunzi akabawa akabira yeye ndeyachera shortage, right? Of course this system can be manipulated, right, for money laundering. That we will get to where I want to get, right? I know not a lot of people are online right about now because pakat pe usiku. Market abuse by banks, right? I hope you are a bank. Pawanons ni RBZ ayo ifa yenyuani malona wafungo RBZ matsaga, right? Because when we allow a bank to give people loans, right, it means the bank run its credit che RBZ, right? Loan ya ekazononoka when we need the money takuda ku liquidate my bank because my bank dey my first edu. That's where corruption comes into play, right? The banks don't close, they don't sell my assets avakati now, they don't sell another people. Otherwise what happens? Political liquidation, and the people have to suffer through it. People have to suffer through cash shortages. People have to suffer through it. Kushikira makes that balance at dega with time. It means you can only find out 2 wa kujikaka 1, and with time is no balance as jega, right? Where some banks are supposed to be closing down and selling their assets and giving the money to RBZ, they are left open because of connections and corruption, right? Corruption mawani affect my nostro settlements neku liquidity. That's the major player. Corruption is the major player causing cash shortages. Who is corrupt? Who is engineering this corruption? The biggest players are the banks. Do you think my bank under the mari? Do you think now is this patrol to mari real near my banks? They are also taking that money. They also taking that money from us and even from RBZ, right? And the RBZ, you know, when I was here, right? A bank in Zimbabwe, people can literally run a bank inside a bank. I was talking to the guys with financial intelligence, RBZ. Guys, how do you track banks, you guys? So can say my employees in my bank wanoshanda vari undercover. Ndikati saka iwewe shamwari wewe ukaenda kunoshanda uri undercover wewe. Obva wawana jet. Unoudza nyika ere wewe kuti zvakamira so. Para kubiwa 6 million panapa. Bank rikari rina intermediary bank raro but intermediary bank raro varikutora jet. Forex haisi kusvika kuZimbabwe iri kugumira paintermediary bank. That's why tiri kuti vanhu vari kuno kana vachida kuridhima mari dzavo ngavatange vadzibhenga isu tozowanyima mari kuno tova pama-RTGS tova pama-transfer emazimdollar tova bhenera forex yavo yavari kufanira. Can the RBZ track that? Can RBZ track all Western Union transactions? No, they can't. Can they track anything that comes through MoneyGram or even my Swift transfer? Can they? No, they cannot, right? Here I'm talking about a liquidity solution, all right? One of the solutions is decentralization. Decentralization, we're going to be talking about decentralization, I think, when I show you the fourth slide, right? Intermediary banks and black market. Intermediary banks anogona kusazombofa akaunza mari kunoku. Ndopa tinodati nostro accounts edususu eZimbabwe anoramba akadhakwa. But every day, when I receive mari in Western Union. Remember, when I receive mari into Zimbabwe, they are the major players sending money here. The solution I would have given my Zimbabweans, yakadakwa, right? You know that when I start paying mari munom, you know externalize. So I'm not going to give Zimbabweans that solution, right? But the time will come when Zimbabweans will be left with no option. My Zimbabweans are not going to Sara asisina option. Write your comments, guys. I'm gonna read everybody's comments. I know kutana times ayenda. Right. Alright. Most panevano matsaga mamwe matsaga. Those people exist. I want to show you something, guys. Anzi chiremba anrowa mangoma ezvinezva aku politics akugadzira news. Ndivamwewo vanenge vachirwadziwa. Anditika. Tutayewa komana isusu takaenda kuchikoro isusu. Handisi takaenda kuchikoro takasiyana nevamwe vakomana vemangoma vasina kuenda kuchikoro. But let me just give you reference kuti zvekufamba sei, right? Leonardo Da Vinci, right? When I look at myself, ndenge cha look up kumadhara edu anenge ana Leonardo Da Vinci. Leonardo Da Vinci was a polymer. Polymer means a person who does everything, right? He was into science, music, mathematics, engineering, literature, anatomy, geology, astronomy, botany, writing, history, cartography, everything. Akamboseva ku military, akamboseva mu government. He's the guy who designed the parachute, the helicopter, tank, masuta anopfekwa nawo achienda pasi pemvura. He came up with all those things. That's Leonardo Da Vinci. Come to modern time where this guy Jimmy Fallon, we all know the late night show with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is an American comedian, actor, television host, and musician. Because they're gonna 50 Cent, they are running businesses, they are running companies, and Eminem, they're not only limited to making music, right? The reason why some of us were making music is because we just wanted low self-esteem. But if you can make music something that will make somebody happy, you are a reverse engineer with psychology, right? Norman Coffee. Jiri say. Right, so the thing is, Norman Coffee, it's not kuti hakuna forex, hakuna cash, hakuna currency. We don't have money. We don't have cash shortages, but we don't have money. Right? So we're going to be talking about my solutions. My solutions. I hope these RBZ guys know. And I hope the reason why they say bond note in the US is 1:1. I hope it's for the better good. Right? I hope the bankers are not laughing at RBZ. Right? Malone akapuwa massive savings over the past 4 or 5 years contributed massively to the cash shortages we are having here in Zimbabwe, because when you are giving loans, you are creating money out of thin air. You are literally typing Treasury Bills, bonds, securities. Security net a cash shortage. Hey. Akumana. Right? So much solutions. What are our solutions? The easiest solution is reset the system. Reset the system. Reset the system. Right? My bank par no credit say 1000 US, reach 1000 US. And it means the bank that create a security. The bank, when the bank gives you 1000 US loan, it means your bank now owes RBZ 1000 US. It means your bank now owes Zimbabwe 1000 US. Sky we wakasabhatira 1000 US hatinei tikuda mari yedu kune bhengi rakakupa 1000 US. Saka tiri kuti chi mabhengi iwayo ngaavharwe, ngaaliquidetwe, maassets ngaatengeswe, mari ngaiuye kuRBZ. Right? Asi zvinoitika here since mabhengi aya varidzi vavo vari corrupt vachitamba nemapoliticians. That's why you see kuti mabhengi ari kungodhakwa local banks ane madhara ari based monomo. Right? And the madhara, they don't want the solution that I'm going to give next is free enterprise. Free enterprise increases efficacy because people now have to compete for the market. Right? Pane pasina government intervention yakawanda. Free enterprise and decentralization. We need decentralized currencies like PayPal. I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin and e-trust, something is going to happen, but we need to give the power to create decentralized currencies. And we cannot build our economy without a local currency. That's why RBZ takatry trick yekunza local currency via bond note. Vachudza vanhu kuti aiwa bondi ndereshi 1:1 but vachitounza local currency. Of course, for me, for a business-minded person, the situation in Zimbabwe is poor. And for the business, they wish would run yakadaro. They hope, they are very happy with whatever is happening in Zimbabwe because they are making money. They are making money. Much trade down, plastic money, my transactions, you receive a real forex or investor, right? We're going to talk about the type of bank accounts, my types of bank accounts now, how you can be safe, how you can safely send your money to Zimbabwe. You need to know my types of bank accounts. Kunema savings accounts, which I don't recommend. I recommend my debit account, checking accounts, because your money is safe. Your money is safe. The bank doesn't have a right to use your money, right? We're going to be talking about those, right? But right about now, let's talk about local currency, gold money. I've always talked about local currency, gold money, literal gold money. It means we no longer need to sell our gold outside to earn forex, but the gold we have automatically turns into money, because gold is money. Gold is money. Imari. Remember, number five definition imari kwekutanga. We need money, like the silver dollar and the gold dollar, right? This one is the Kruger Rand, right? This one, let me try to increase this size. This one is the Kruger Rand, made out of real gold, right? This is the Kruger Rand, made out of one Oz fine gold. We need to make Maria gold. It gives trust. Munhu akanotengesa gold kunze atinei naye akatora kaluta, because super value in a weight. That will be real money. Instantly, we no longer need to sell our gold. But actually, these people now, they will be rushing to get our money. Right? So it means literally we have turned all the gold that we have here in Zimbabwe into money. We have the equipment and the technology to make that. This is simple embossing technology. Technology. That's the Kruger Rand, right? That's gold money. We have the pound sterling, right? Pound sterling, do you know pound value? This is the pound sterling, literal gold, 1 pound. Then gold bars. Gold bar doesn't necessarily need to be the gold bar. This is an Istanbul refinery gold gram. This is 1 gram of gold worth around from $45 to $55, right? We need to be able to use these things as money. Remember, if our system trustika in Zimbabwe, you could literally use my coupons, the oil as money. But now when you want to redeem, you can't. So that's why we need to bring this gold. Apparently, Zimbabwe own gold, I think up to 50 grams, which is mutemo wakanaka. Right? Alright, this is the silver dollar in the United States. Silver dollar. Right about now, United States is no longer based on silver or gold. It's now fiat value, meaning it's based on the people's faith on it. It means my paper. Those are the Federal Reserve, which means with America, print US dollar, they come to Zimbabwe, they buy Samora Machel USA because we believe in the US dollar, right? So we can imitate what they were doing before the great fraud. Check out the American dollar. You find it can Japan, US, but currency of Japan is US is because the US dollar is the petrol dollar used to trade oil. United States yakata diri ne Saudi Arabia zvikanzi kuti fuel yenyu itengeswe tengesai nechi tengesai fuel yenyu ne USA. Saka USA imari yekutrade chi fuel. Keep your comments coming, guys. I'm gonna be reading your comments. Thank you, everybody. I know not many people are watching. Right, let me just read out some of your few comments. Norman Coffee, I don't want to read your statement because I'm broadcasting in Zimbabwe, right? Game Free says, JohnMafiaAddict.com and create most respected mafia in the world. Build your own mafia empire. Start a family and become the very best. Okay, Nyayema Mafia. We want to do it for the people, right? I can take this information and manipulate the system and become a millionaire and make money because there is no country in opportunity from Zimbabwe, right? This is the best. And the reason why the Americans called an abit Nelson Chamisa, and those guys, they want to rush and come and make money in Zimbabwe. That's the reason why they want to help us. Kunyika zinehondo kuna Afghanistan ufunga kuti vanoda vanhu here havadi vanhu. They don't love the people. Those kwachinouraya vanhu for oil kuna Iraq, right? Vakatiurayira mufesi wedu Gaddafi neutanga kuda batanza Africa, because if Africa is united ma one, right, we can create new Zim coin backed with gold and limited in supply. But now if all gold being stored on the market, no man coffee out gold is being stored on black market by our leaders like Mnangagwa. That is just you don't have evidence. That is just speculation. Mr. Norman Coffee. And right about now we should be backing Mnangagwa. We should not be fighting against Mnangagwa, right? We should be giving our president ideas because he has shown that he has love for his nation and love for his people. All right, PayPal. Let's talk about PayPal. In the entire Africa, the only place where you can redeem PayPal is South Africa. PayPal is a decentralized currency. Sending is instantaneous and free. Right? I'm telling you guys, munhu achatanga kuita PayPal merchant, PayPal agent, especially mu Zimbabwe munomu ari kufa nemari. Of course, you can only send out money into PayPal from Zimbabwe. You can't receive. We need to be able to receive money, and that is a business idea. That is a business opportunity out there. PayPal works because it is trusted, not because munhu zachona anofana kutrustika or what. Right? PayPal. And the guys akomana vari kuita market abuse to all the bank owners that is watching this video. Abuse market, to all the guys vehicle cash, Steward Bank, Mangwema Bank, Akomana. If PayPal comes to Zimbabwe, Muripama one, right? You should pray to monopoly charamba iripo. Whoever is protecting you keeps protecting you and makes it hard for PayPal to come to Zimbabwe. But we are lobbying for a free enterprise that is going to stop, because one way or the other, the people of Zimbabwe need to be fed. It's not every Zimbabwean who is technical, right? That's why you have Zimbabweans are royal Ramari. That's why Mishinomira queue, right? Consumer protection law. A company should not have more clients than it can help, right? Ndomtemo queue chaicha mo bengi e ukana bengi richita queue unofana kuvharwa bengi mima kuti ma customer akawanda kufura muno handler. That's why they are queues. Tisingataura nyaya cash shortages. Kwenda affect when cash shortage say in kupinza forex in the receiver mari yangu kubva ku states, it means you're taking my money and using it, right? People will be left with no option than to bank with competitive banks in Zimbabwe. Kana ma competitive banks are joining because my employees are kugranat ma small banks inside my banks, right? Vakuforsa ku deposit Western Union na vachade kupa mari dzako makumira zvima queue. People will be left with one option. When we're going to redeem South Africa, Zimbabwe now loses forex because now people are going to send money via South Africa and they are going to be redeeming it via South Africa because they're going to queue. They're going to be redeeming it to Zambia because they're going to queue. We don't want that. We want the money to come to Zimbabwe so we can boost Manostro accounts RBZ. Right? One way or the other, people are going to start doing it because in my bank, I was going to buy cash. When I want cash, I have to go outside Zimbabwe. What am I doing? And I'm outside Zimbabwe going to withdraw money. I'm externalizing forex. We don't want that, right? So PayPal, Bitcoin, Litecoin. I don't like Bitcoin because kuna anonzi ma Ponzi scheme or ma pyramid scheme. Ma pyramid scheme ndiye kuti negotiations itaso. Iwewe udza vanhu kuti vatenge ningini muchazita mari yakati. Pyramid scheme, it means munari one munari ku top of the pyramid ndiye anoita mari, vari pasi apa mune muchiro wa mari. That's why you see system yema Bitcoin vanhu vakawanda, it never worked. But vanhu havazitaura kuti ndakabirwa mari, ndakafarwa mari, right? It's used for my schemes. That's why I don't support Bitcoin. It's decentralized and we don't even know kuti munhu ndiani. The guy who created but is anonymous. The guy who created Bitcoin. Of course, some people are creating my Litecoins, my chi. People with the people's faith who could create my decentralized currencies are the people like Strive Masiva. They could do that, but now his company is enjoying the situation in Zimbabwe because they are making more money than ever. They are making more money than ever in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is their money cow, so they wouldn't want to bring innovations that would make the lives of Zimbabweans easier because they're making money, right? Guys, banks don't want the situation in Zimbabwe to end. That's ichocho ndo chokwadi. Big up to everybody who's watching us live kuma 1 a.m. kuno. Spender Majoka. Where does Rothschild family fit in this equation? Enlighten us. Okay, Rothschild, the just people behind the US dollar. It's privately owned, right? When we say power, that's what they do. Unfortunately, when we say power, they are very evil. I'm not going to tell you Strive Masiwa is evil, right? I'm not going to say that, right? I'm going to leave you to think that. Kutisaka say, achitika na uchida kuredeema mari yako iwewe iri mu Steward Bank uri ku China ari kukupa rate yakati hakwa, right? Say iwewe pa wakavhura bank akakuudza kuti unokwanisa kushandisa mari yako kunze asi akukupa rate yakati hakwa, right? We can't expect him to give you a fair rate. You're going to retrieve mari yako from Zimbabwe, which is credit based, which is Zim dollar, which is RTGS based. Wapenga ma bond notes uda want to withdraw ma US ku China. It's unfortunate. RBZ didn't tell us that bond note is a local currency. And you see it just by me saying bond note is a local currency. You'll find out that there are some overzealous guys who would want to say, we have overzealous people. Norman Coffee says Litecoin is okay. Norman Coffee, I'm not gonna read your comment here on your strive imbava. I'm not gonna say that, but all I can say is Econet Steward Bank is taking advantage of people. And there's no bank my local banks, a bank rando problem narrow, which is my bank, one of my banks, FBC. Return none, FBC. Your money is protected somewhere, somehow. If you are using my debit account, the types of banks accounts you should never open. One of them is savings account. Your money is safe, especially if you are owning forex. If you are earning forex, right? Kunima bank, uma multinational corporation. But I'm trying to be patriotic. I'm trying to bring forex into my country. I can simply, actually, I have an account with an American bank, right? I don't like using that because I want to bring money to Zimbabwe. I can go to Zambia, I can go to South Africa, I can open a bank account, right? This leaves us to the solution. The solution, we need to empower people. Free enterprise economy. Let me get to the solution, what we need to do in Zimbabwe. Empower locals. Invest in the correct people. Invest in the correct people. Invest in the correct people. Empower locals. Free enterprise. Free enterprise. Free enterprise. Akumana vanhu vakapuwa mari negovernment dzekutanga mabusiness maloni. Vazhinji vachona inhunja tunja. Vachiblema national disaster kusadzosera mari. Kuita sei. Invest in the correct people who are productive. Isusu tikufanira kuenda kumashure I think stage here Britain vakasvika kuma 1700 pre-industrialization. Before we cannot fly straight to industrialization. I know the government inoda kunyanya kusemberera kuincentivize foreign investors kuti auye muZimbabwe muno mukuzofaisa zvinhu. But guys, I'm sorry to tell you this, foreign investors don't really benefit us anything, right? We are not slaves. We're not looking for people to come into our country, use our own resources, use our own labor, and take the money and take it to their own country. Why not empower locals? Hey, kunziva kuti Dangote auye muno achigadzira fertilizer, achichera limestone yedu, achigadzira cement, achichera asbestos yedu. Why don't we empower a local? Give them the access to those resources. Give them the capital, right? We have the people with a proven track record, right? In Zimbabwe, someone can make my videos about Facebook. Somebody can tweet and get a ministry for that, right? Asikana mfeso wedu Daniel Chungoma agazira helicopter yake. Apana, it never gets recognized. But we have people who are recognized just because they are tweeting, right? I could have said, of course, Jonathan Moy was recognized because he was a master of Twitter, right? Because chakanyatso kuna Jonathan Moy inande chiziye kunze kukunza masong masendekera mwana wevu, but he's a professor, right? We have akumana ndikada kutanga mazita evanhu ndinoingirwa nemafia kunoku, right? Saka ndifarira hangu kuti nyaya dzekuda kutaura mazita evanhu, because one types of bank accounts, guys. Right, if you are interested in investing in Zimbabwe, if you want to keep your money, you are in Zimbabwe, you need to research on types of bank accounts. People don't know kuti my bank type of my bank accounts wobo. You open a bank by default. Those guys will tell you kuti vanokuvhurisa savings account by default because they want to make money. Avambofoka kudza zvemango my bank accounts aunokwanisa kuita are favorable kwauri, right? Let me show you something. Let me show you something, guys. Let me show you something. This is just a Google search. Types of bank accounts. There's checking accounts. My checking accounts, my debit. Ari boy could receive money faster. Right? Doakafane EcoCash, but EcoCash has since been dollarized, no longer reliable. You can't redeem your money out of the country at a reliable rate, right? Sometime I was using Mastercard Econet in Port Elizabeth, ndichida ticket rangu ndikakwanisa kutenga ndikaramza kukwira ndege. Nyaya dzachishanda dzinonetsa ndikazobata Econet EcoCash vakazondidzosera mari yangu asi ndakatadza kukwira ndege. Right, I had to waste money. Ndichirara one more night, but at Port Elizabeth, I was doing something with Mtukuzi there for a festival. I was funding myself, right? Dividend, interest, checking accounts, right? Banks want you to keep your money longer in the bank. So Zimbabwe kunokuwanita say vanokuzati to process ama EFT after 5 days. Akomana telegram yefoni ya process kwa ipapo. Ko EFT ya automated ya after 5 days. Why? Bank ringe chiba mari to investor float yako. They don't tell you savings account. Savings account, you have surrendered your money to the bank. They can tell you we have no money. They have the power to invest 90% of your money. Right? Money market account. Individual retirement accounts, deposit accounts, forex accounts, right? You need to research and you need to know who can give you those accounts are favorable. Now, how can you safely send your money back home now? If you open accounts with those banks, now you can send via EFT. You can send via EFT. Tomorrow I'll be giving you updates because tomorrow I'm going to contact RBZ, Total Western Union. Western Union, right? So we're gonna talk about the solution. And personally, I don't think these guys care about the solutions. That's why they're accused anyway. And the reason why they think Utmunwese akapusa. And for some strange reason, I'm sorry guys to say that, but it's just takapusa. You know it is what? Interest bearing checking account. That's the one you want, or just an ordinary checking account. Right? So tomorrow I'll be giving you the solution. Tomorrow I'll be having the bank which I'll tell you to use to send money back home. But Mr. Mnangagwa, I know President's office, you're watching this video. We want free enterprise economy. Is free enterprise for the locals, right? Free enterprise for the local Zimbabweans. Free enterprise for the local Zimbabweans. Empower the Zimbabweans. Zenzo Kabo mfeso wangu say I see you there. Fire. Okay guys, let me just read a few comments. Tony Inga Chinoti Magari bond notes for easy. Foreign investors benefits the government with tax revenue. That's very true. Thank you for enlightening that. Tony Duri, foreign investors benefits the government with tax revenue. Yes. But we don't want my foreign investors who are going to turn us into consumers. That's very true. In that perspective, so it makes sense. Norman Coffee, you and me have same view. Let us do thing on our own investors. That is very true. We will suffer the future. If UK, yeah, why not us? We can do it. First of all, we should accept that we are before industrialization. We have to start from ground up. We have to start from zero. Right? So, Mr. President, please just enable Zimbabweans who are willing to build the nation to be able to build the nation without interference from the cartels and the mafia that are running businesses here in Zimbabwe. Right? Let people compete for the market. Let people compete for the market. There is kunema opportunity in Zimbabwe. Pandinoti takapusa in Zimbabwe munom. Right? What the people on top may say, funga kaweye kuita mari. Funga kaweye kuexport wewe. Pinza mari munom. Pinza forex. Pinza mayusa. Unota wite mari. Right? And for sure guys, kana uchipinza forex, uchipinza mayusa. Jema fluctuation, ma rate, ma bond nota ya jine. Because in a way, it's an incentive for you to pin the forex so that we spin each with a bond. So you find good when those people who are earning my bond chete do anona moto. So how can you as an individual bring forex into Zimbabwe? How can me as an individual bring forex? I'm not going to tell you the solution because it's a massive billion-dollar idea, but anybody in Zimbabwe can bring forex at their individual capacity. Donations, there is a way we can do it, right? They are doing it in India. In India they are doing it. They have a way they are doing it. I'm not going to say it here, but when the need arises, I'm going to say but as individuals, let us think, how can we help ourselves? Kana you start with vanhu mari kuZimbabwe kunoku. Torpins are saying, I think no perspective yachina masa ni RBZ. They may not necessarily tell us to avoid burning money, right? And the problem is common sense is not so common. In Zango, I've got a master's in common sense from the University of Life, so and no problem. The reason why Ndichiti Takapusa, I say Takapusa because I'm avoiding to say my Zimbabweans Akapusa. That's why I say Takapusa. You see, and there's a sure kumana Takapusa. Right? If you have the US dollar, but we don't support the black market. But those guys know the black market exists. In the first place, that's why they told that bond note is not a local currency. When bond note is a local currency. Alright guys, Dr. Clarence TV7 Live. Thank you everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Tomorrow 11 p.m. I would have contacted the RBZ and we're gonna talk about redeeming Mari Zirkupa Kunse. What's their best advice? Right? I'll record the calls. Don't worry guys. Chinga chikweshana. Kutsaka mimi kana mshidai soda isomda watu wanaunze mari say. Right? Because it has become cheaper to send money via another nation, go and withdraw it from there, come into Zimbabwe with hard cash because my bank are to advantage of people. Real money. Over a credit based mari nemati. Thank you everybody. Let me just check out pane more comments there. Let me just read my comments. Then I sign out. Big up to everybody. Alright guys, Dr. Clarence TV7 Live. Please guys, like and subscribe to this video. Guys, I broadcast every day. I broadcast these videos every day. And then one day. This is not broadcast a video. 2 days. It means Antico. I no longer exist. I make these videos every day. I've made it a commitment to keep making videos for good people like you guys. I know there are people, my hater, right? Right now, my haters who leave nonsense comments instead of going to watch other YouTube channels, right? Very cool. So I always make sure I block my haters from my channel so that they don't come to my channel, so that they go and watch ZBC TV and other channels that they appreciate and like, right? My channel is about patriotic Zimbabweans who love Zimbabwe. And being patriotic doesn't mean kuturumunu we ZANU-PF, right? And kuwane pfungwa dzakasiya now doesn't mean kuti urumunu we MDC. Isu streama Zimbabweans. We want to build our nation as Zimbabweans. Of course, I am against people. I am against those people vanonokumbira ma sanctions because ivo affect nazo, right? I'm against those people, right? So those people who hate, sometimes let me just before I sign out, let me just show you something. The real reason why haters hate. 15 reasons why haters hate. Number 1 is because you have something that they don't, right? That's why they hate. Number 2, because they think you don't deserve where you are. You will be surprised people who are trying to get my channel closed, but unfortunately they can't do that. I'm in direct contact with Susan, who is the CEO of YouTube, because I give YouTube content every day, right? And we have other work that we do. YouTubing. Number 3, because they don't want to lose to you, right? Because they can't get over the past. Number 4, number 5, they can't go over you. So usually guys, if somebody is hating you, automatically means pako. Number 6, they have nothing better to do in life. Number 9, because they can eat. That's why my artist account is taking up a stage because she can. Right? And clearly ibenzi. Number 10, because they are such bigots. It's not you, it's them. Even though right? Number 11, because you are such a self-righteous and they are such self-righteous and moral high priests, right? Self-appointed prefects of our time, because they are big green-eyed monsters. Number 13, because they are unhappy with some things in their own lives. Number 14, because they need to put someone down in order to feel good about themselves. You gotta find number 14, number 15, because they are in general just losers. So I usually block my haters. I don't have a problem with anybody who thinks differently than me, right? I don't have a problem with somebody who opposes me, but hater, I block, because I have no time for nonsense, right? That's why you see I always respond to haters live. Ipapo Norman Coffee 2018 Norman Coffee kunoku kuzengeza West constituency vanhu vakavhotera MP asati ambonzwika achiti bufu muparliament. Hilary Sibanda. Thank you everybody. All right guys, thank you for watching TV7 Live. My name is Dr. Clarence signing out. Like this video if you like it, subscribe. If leave a comment kana mafungiro akasiyana, leave it in the comment box below and okanyera ma comments